This is CCS-TV, empowering voices, inspiring futures.
Building your child's financial future starts earlier than you think, and it starts with Southern Chautauqua Federal Credit Union. With the Kids Credit Union, families can take simple, achievable steps today that lead to big outcomes tomorrow. We believe small, consistent saving habits build confidence, responsibility, and lifelong financial stability. Your child could graduate with up to $10,000 to kickstart their future. We're more than a bank. We're a long-term partner in your child's life. Stop by your local branch today and let's start their journey together.
Hello everyone, Pat Smeraldo, CCS-TV, Collaborative Children's Solutions President. Here, obviously I'm not Sebby Gibbs, in the Sebby Gibbs slot. So Sebby Gibbs, if you watch his show regularly, is killing it, basically carrying the station at 13 years old. We talked over the weekend, and basically he's been going hard since football season started in September. So I said, listen dude, why don't you take a break, we'll do a rerun. We'll figure something out and get your head together for next week. The schedule for the Bills are coming out and all that stuff. So we're going to take a break, and then I struck gold late Saturday night into Sunday when I learned that this guy is here with us, Marty Stockwell. Coach Stockwell from Rigolis to Jamestown, New York to Providence College, baby. So Marty and I'll say this right off the bat, go way back, over 30 plus years. But Marty was in town, and we've been trying to get something done. I called him probably at the worst time ever, right, the NCAA tournament, to say, hey man, get on Zoom. And he was like getting ready to win a game in NCAAs. I probably should have thought better about that. My man, thank you for coming. Appreciate you.
Great to be here. It's always great to be back in Jamestown and seeing a lot of my people.
Jamestown, you're not here very often anymore.
No,
so
not too much
get
anymore.
back. So we're going to walk through the whole gamut of how we know each other and Marty's time here in Jamestown and where he's at currently and his family and that whole deal. If you haven't, obviously the head coach of Providence College, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention him, Mr. Brian Hodgson, former student, former player.
Yep.
When did he play?
He graduated in 2005.
Graduated in 2005. Okay, and you were an assistant on that team. We'll get to all that, but that's it. Brian, I talked about Brian before. I have. Brian's a good kid. We message, once again, I don't want to bother anybody. So once in a while, I'll send him a message, hey, da-da. In fact, I will tell you, people, I just said this to Joe last night. Chris Herron came here a bunch for me.
Yep.
Brian was the one that was able to connect me to Chris when he was at UB. So he saw something about it. He texted me, he said, Spank, I got you. Like, this is the number, call here. And it's because of Brian that Chris came here all the time. So Marty is here in town for this week. He's getting ready to move his all belongings. And he's out his family. He's got a beautiful family. His wife, Beth, is a retiring teacher of children with different abilities from Southwestern.
Yep.
He has his daughter, Allie, in Charlotte. And he has his daughter, Jenna, still in Tampa. We'll get to that. He is also a product of Jamestown Public Schools, two ways. A student. Where'd you go to elementary school?
Went to elementary school at Bush.
Bush Elementary.
Bush to Jefferson to
Jamestown
High School.
When'd you graduate?
1988.
1988, man. I graduated a couple years before that. So Marty graduated from Jamestown High School, played varsity basketball, obviously, for Veer.
Veer,
Veer
yep.
Lindquist, Coach Lindquist, okay. And then went to Lake Erie College, Erie?
Yep, went to Lake Erie. It was in Mentor, Paynesville, Ohio, suburb of Cleveland.
Okay, I remember that. Yeah. Went to Ohio. JCC first.
JCC first, played for Ken Carrillo.
I just talked to him last week. He doesn't know about this yet. I'm going to send him this clip. I just spoke with him last week. Ken Carrillo of, now, how would he say it? He's of North Scottsdale, I think. So he's out in Arizona. But yeah, played at JCC, had a great career at JCC, and then played on some winning teams. Went to Lake Erie. And then career-wise, job-wise, came back home.
Yep, and been here ever since I graduated. I mean, it's one of those funny things that I've lived in Jamestown 50, 4 out of 55 years, and I moved twice in the other 6 months.
That's awesome.
So it's kind of funny.
Taught math. Always at Jamestown High School?
Always at Jamestown High School, yep.
Okay.
32 plus years.
And retired last year.
Retired last October.
So if you've been following this, as I just go through my notes here, as he retires in October, because that's when you turn 55, it coincided with your birthday. There's some pictures of Marty when he was a coach, celebrating, worked under Coach Drake as the assistant. You and I both worked under Coach Fredress when I was a freshman coach and you were the JV coach. That's how I knew Marty. We had a lot of laughs together.
Yeah.
Been telling those about people about like what was going on back then. And Marty and I would sit on the bench together and just like ramble stuff to each other. I tell you right now, as far as a basketball coach, as a person and as a teacher, my kids, my son Jacob had him for math, great teacher, and this is it, man. This is a dream, right? I mean, that's when this has all happened. I mean, a lot of guys want to be in your seat right now. Let's put it that way.
Most guys don't wait till 55 to find their dream job, but I found mine.
Exactly, it comes around, right?
Yep.
And it's the story. They played that up during the tournament a lot too, with how Brian and you were close and he played and and then you guys went along together, which is just a great story. And you know what? And coached and played and did all that. The part to me, and we just talked about this, not only your daughters, Jenna obviously more a part of this than Allie, but your mom gets to see this, and Ray gets to see this, and they get to be a part of this, and your in-laws get to see this, and they're all here, and they get to see this, and ride the wave with you, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah, they really enjoyed, us being in Tampa. My mom was only an hour and a half away. They probably came up 5-6 times, and then my in-laws were about 2.5 away, and they came over even more. I think they came over about 7 times.
That's awesome.
To watch us play and
when you go national like that, you're in NCAAs or you're coaching Division I basketball. That's not always the case, right?
No,
close enough to.
Yeah, normally you're not that lucky, right?
Yeah, I know Beth traveled down that way. Allie went that way. So not only do I think that everybody in Jamestown rode along with you guys, and I mean everybody in Jamestown rode along with you guys, but your family got to ride along, and in person and a lot, never, and that, to me, that, I think it's when the NCAA's made a big deal out of it with you and Brian, but the whole travel, like retire, a lot of guys, it just all lined up. A lot of guys would have had to quit their job to go do this.
Yeah,
you were done.
It just fit perfectly.
Yeah,
it
that's
definitely
awesome.
did.
That's awesome.
And it was neat, we got Buffalo for our site, which again, even when you do the NCAA's, you were an hour and a half from your hometown. Most would have rooted for San Diego. We rooted for Buffalo.
Yeah. It's just sitting there. We're going home. I remember seeing that clip of Brian. We're going back to the crib. We're going back home. So, out of all the sites that you could have been was Buffalo, New York. And that's when the ticket calls started coming in. We'll talk about that later. But, thank you. Marty's here in studio. We're going to play this in Sebby's segment. Sebby is the guy. This is his slot. He's absolutely ruled the stadium in the studio. So we're going to give him a break this week, and we're going to talk to Coach. When we come back, we're going to get a little bit of the college journey here in a minute on the CCS-TV Sebby Gibbs Sportscast.
At Wegmans, we've crafted our new sandwiches with layers and layers of deliciousness. Each one is made fresh with our very best ingredients, like hearty breads made with grains from near our stores, premium cheeses, and freshly carved meats. We've packed big, delicious flavor into every bite for sandwiches that are endlessly good.
Welcome to the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame, located at 15 West 3rd Street in Jamestown. Visitors will see photographs, awards, apparel, and other sports memorabilia. We invite all visitors to stop in the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame and learn about the sports history of Chautauqua County.
Jamestown, New York is where innovation meets sustainable growth, fostering a vibrant community of creative, dedicated people who truly love where they live. It's a place where you can build a fulfilling life with excellent schools, quality healthcare, and a cost of living that supports your ideal lifestyle. Blending small-town charm with easy access to big city amenities, Jamestown is the perfect place to live, work, and raise a family. Jamestown, New York, the pearl of opportunity and balance.
There's always something happening in Lakewood. Kids can climb, swing, and play on our brand new playground, while grown-ups shop, sip coffee at Ryder's Cup, or catch live music at Hartley Park. Hit the courts, sail the lake, and explore our library and local markets. Lakewood brings neighbors and visitors together with fun around every corner. Lakewood, New York. Come play, come stay. Where good times live.
Welcome back to the Sebby Gibbs CCS Sportscast here with Coach Stockwell from Providence College. Now, before we get into the nuts and bolts of this, we're talking about, so if you don't know, which you probably do, Marty's daughter, Jenna, I don't know how old Jenna is now. How old
Jenna's 20, well, just turned 23.
23. I could close my eyes and see her sitting on her attendance spot at Washington Middle School in the gym. She's 23 years old. That means I'm a lot older. So anyway, so Jenna is into statistician, into like the metrics of basketball.
Oh, yeah, very much an analytic person.
Analytic person. So she goes in college to UB? Did she
No, she went to Alabama.
She went to Bama.
Followed directly, kind of followed Brian to Alabama as a manager.
Sure. So go through that. So Brian had many stops. Coach Hodgson was JCC, Fredonia State, Midland, Texas. Ended up at UB with Bobby Hurley at first, then with Nate Oates. Oates gets Alabama. Brian goes with him. Yep. And then that's when he takes off and starts his recruiting. And I mean, I've seen lists of where Brian's been the top 3 recruiters in the country and things like that. Or the guys I've seen him with that I knew guys back in college basketball. I'm like, man, that guy's really big time that he's tight with. Like, that's a big time coach. And so he's done his deal. Jenna goes to Bama to start studying with him.
Yep.
And gets her degree?
Gets her degree, yep. Did
from Bama.
3 years with him there.
And then went to Arkansas State
and
with
then
him.
Followed him to Arkansas State for a year, and then to South Florida for a year.
And then they're at South Florida, which is in Tampa.
Yep.
Okay, in Tampa. So last year, Jenna is in Tampa. Marty's retiring in October. When did you know you were going to Florida?
Well, he called me when he was moving from Arkansas State. He called me, so that's probably March, maybe early April, and started asking about when could I get there, could I come down, I got to still finish a little time at school. And then probably about maybe late May, he said, you know what, I think we can save you a spot.
Okay.
So we can fill the other ones and save a spot for you at South Florida and Tampa.
And when there's a bunch of people that played parts in Brian's life, like Marty, obviously a big one, Ben, Coach Drake, and Coach Ricker plays a huge one and speaks highly of Brian and goes and sees him stuff all the time. But when you had him in school, and now he takes off like this, and then you guys reconnect through Jenna's at Bama, and now it's just like, okay, this is setting up for something. But when you look at the picture of it, when you say, I can retire, he starts talking about it, and now it's a reality. I'm done in October, I'm coming. You left right away. I think I saw you in your room.
I left on my birthday.
Did you? I know, I saw you in your room like that Thursday.
The day I retired.
There's a nice picture of you and Jenna from this year. Yeah. When I went into your room to say goodbye, I think you left like, I'm leaving in a couple hours, like tomorrow or something. Like, okay, like, that's cool. But, now you go to Florida. You guys are at South Florida. He's there for his first year. You're there with him. New arena, kind of new.
Yeah, it's a nice arena. It's right attached to the practice facility even. So it's a good 10,000 seat arena that's right on campus.
Huge. I always thought it was a great job because, and it is a great job, because airport right there you can get in and out of. Big time basketball, you're it.
Yep.
The Magic are up in Orlando, there's Florida State, whatever, but you're in Tampa. Hockey, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the weather.
Yep.
I mean, the weather, you'd love
The
that
weather,
weather.
it's not hard to sell somebody on Tampa, that's for sure.
No, especially in like December, probably.
Yeah.
You're out chipping golf balls. Probably not a lot of time to do it.
No, not a lot of chipping in December.
But so you guys go to South Florida, you turn it on a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, they had, the most wins the program's ever had, and first time they've had an NCAA bid, it was 15 years or more, and yeah, it was kind of exciting.
Won the tournament. You win the tournament. You come out. Do you know what you were projected in the beginning of the season to finish?
We were picked second, I think.
Is that what you
Second,
picked?
third. Memphis was pretty high.
Yeah.
Tulane was another one that was up there.
Okay.
It was pretty high.
So you're picked up in the upper tier. You play. I saw you went to the Bahamas. You won some big games on the road. I mean, we watched. Everybody in Jamestown was watching, and then you get to the tournament, conference tournament.
Yep.
And then you get to the finals. Then what are you thinking in the finals?
I mean, you're hoping that, we had it going at that point. It was probably I don't know the exact number, 10 or 11 game winning streak. So,
Right.
I mean, just keep doing what you're doing is the main thing, but easier said than done sometimes.
And I would think, too, with you being an addition, but Brian also has some guys as a staff that have been with him for a little
Oh, yeah. I mean, since he's taken over, it's the entire staff has moved all three spots from Arkansas State to South Florida and now to Providence. with
That's
him.
pretty rare.
Yeah, it's
that's
rare
really-
that many guys stick together.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then, so you get to the championship game, national TV. I didn't remember who you played.
Played Louisville.
Louisville, okay.
Yep.
What, in the conference tournament?
No, the conference tournament
Yeah,
was
sorry.
Wichita State.
Wichita State, the shot. Yeah, Wichita State. You win that game. Did you stay there for the announcement?
Yeah, because we played on a Sunday. We got done
that's right,
about like 4:30 or 5 o'clock.
And then
so
they announced the
we
tournament.
did a little ceremonies and all that, and then we sat and watched the game, watched the selection
Watch
show.
the selection. So
Yep.
here's the secret now. No AD, nobody knows where you're going.
No.
You're waiting for it to come on TV. So
Yep.
you're like at us at home, waiting. There's, I don't know how many sites, 12, 18, I don't know how
Yeah.
many sites.
Um,
You're sitting there and there's one site that they're rooting for. It's Buffalo. And nobody else is rooting for Buffalo, New York.
No.
You go to San Diego, like you said, we go somewhere
Yeah.
else. And Buffalo comes up. What were we thinking?
Oh, just unbelievable. We actually had joked. I was, at that point you're celebrating, you're sitting, talking with a few of the donors and support people and just saying, I hope Buffalo comes up. We were just saying it. And they keep looking at us like, you sure you mean Buffalo? Oh, yeah, we definitely meant Buffalo.
That's awesome. And then the craziness starts, because then they control you, like getting here and all that. And so that's when I told my wife, I said, I'm going to try to get those guys on an interview. And she's like, are you out of your mind? And I'm texting, and I text Marty, and he's like, I don't have any tickets. And I'm thinking, how many ticket requests did you get that you didn't read my text message? I'm like, I'm not coming. So I don't need it. But it was funny. It was great. And we tried to do it. You come up short against Louisville. Great experience. Played well. It could have played
well,
better.
had a great comeback, just fell a little short.
Yeah. And then when we come back, and you go back to Florida for a couple of days or whatever, and then the madness breaks loose, right?
Total madness.
Total madness. We're going to bring you that madness in the next segment of the Sebby Gibbs Sportscast right after this commercial.
"70 years ago, it started with ink, paper, and a promise to do things right. Today, that same promise powers something bigger. JRSC Digital, where tradition meets speed and ideas turn into impact. From custom apparel and bold signage to targeted direct mail and promo products that get noticed, we don't just make it, we make it matter. Fast turnaround, local service, trusted for 70 years. JRSC Digital. Consider the possibilities.
Life moves fast, but the moments that matter slow us down. School runs, weekend games, road trips you'll never forget. It's all about getting there safely, comfortably, and together. At Schultz Chevy, we're here to help you find a vehicle that fits your family with space, reliability, and peace of mind you can count on. At Schultz Chevy, built on trust, driven by family.
From our lot to your driveway, we reach at Schultz Chevy, where every deal feels like a win.
To enlist into the National Guard, you first have to contact a recruiter. So either calling up your local office or going online and finding who your nearest recruiter is. So you talk to the recruiter. Once you speak to them and you schedule an appointment, you come in. Don't be afraid to come into our office. Coming in does not make you have to join. It's just answering any questions that you might have and seeing how we can help you get there.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Sebby Gibbs Sportscast with Coach Marty Stockwell, assistant coach from Providence College. So now we're going to get into the chatter about it. You go back to Florida after the tournament, and and the name starts floating. Hodgson name starts floating around.
Yeah.
And within
it was floating around a lot before that even, but now it was a little more reality to it.
I've been in those experiences. I've watched those other schools go, oh, we got a problem here. But and well deserved from everybody, the whole staff, the players. I mean, when did you know you guys were out of there? When you guys were?
So we got back. They sent us back that night. So Thursday night we got back, and around Saturday night, Sunday we kind of knew that we were going to head up to Providence, and then next Monday we went up there and kind of. Went up and did a little meet and greet and met everybody and saw the facilities and all that kind of stuff as a staff. Yeah,
and we've talked about that. So when Marty went there, I texted him right away, and we were texting back and forth. And years ago, obviously, when the Iona staff, I knew some of those guys because of Craig Holcomb, and they split up. Tim Welsh was the head coach at Iona, went to Providence. I'd been there a few times. What a storied program at Providence. I mean, from mid-'80s and Patino and Billy Donovan and those guys up until now.
Yeah, I think the school itself is very much where, like, if your dad went and your dad's dad went, and they kind of have that legacy kind of stuff. And basketball, same thing. I mean, right now there was a couple of the former current pros are back practicing in our facility. They like to come back for a little time and see everybody and see everything, and it's one of the things that drew us to Providence.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, there was a kid named Godsham there. Donovan played there for Patino. Then Godsham came. Then when Tim was there, they caught Ryan Gomes, all-time leading scorer, played for the Celtics, right? So, very, very storied program. But here's the thing, like the Big East, when it kind of split up some years ago, now it's back. Now the Big East is back for sure. And if you were a college nut, like when we were younger growing up, I mean, that was it, right? I mean, even with Chris Herron, when Chris Herron spoke and he was at BC, he's like, him, Ray Allen, Allen Iverson, the Big East is back, da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Now it's back. And I was looking through some stats and stuff of it, just like who's in. So if you look, just name some of the teams, but UConn, a couple national championships.
Yeah, they've been pretty good lately.
Yeah, Danny Hurley can coach a little bit too. He's a little out of his mind, but Kevin Willard's at Nova, Shaka Smart's at Marquette, Cooley's at Georgetown still, Xavier Patino Jr., and then the godfather of them all is at the Garden, and Rick Patino. Right?
Yeah, he's still there.
You got to play him and go do that, and that's where the Big East tournament is, right? So they go back
in the Garden. Yep.
Okay. And we were talking during break. They got their schedules and all that. Big East is like there's no nights off.
No.
Zero. And you guys, did you have a set team? You guys are kind of set?
Yeah, we've got 11 guys committed right now out of the 13 spots, and then we look for a couple walk-ons. So we're about 75% of the way to solidifying our roster.
Holdovers from Providence? Any?
We had one come back, Ryan Mila, one of the wings from Providence came back.
And then there's a big kid that you were telling me about too, the G League kid.
Oh, so Dink Pate was kind of one of our, might have been our first signee that we had, and he's every bit of the hype, we hope.
Yeah, and so you guys got a big squad going together. You're going to go to some tournaments. I mean, it's in the city in itself. First of all, if we talk about NIL or, there's no football.
There's no football.
So
So we're kind of the big show in town.
The big show in town.
Yeah.
Got your own arena right there down the street in downtown Providence. It's beautiful there. I mean, the microbreweries and restaurants and all, it's a great buzz there. And Big East, national attention. I mean, that was the thing before, I think, when when Brian was at UB and they won, everyone's all charged up. You see the championship game on TV, right? Then he goes to Bama, he's an assistant, catch him all the time on ESPN. Arkansas State, not so much. USF, a little bit more.
Yep.
You're on.
We're on.
You're on.
Yeah, we'll be on all the time. So
and you're going with your wife's going with you.
Yeah, my wife's going to retire in June and then move out there with me. Yep.
Yeah, that was the text I had to make that morning when they broke it. It was on Sunday morning. It was, and I texted her. I said, "Listen, I'd love to send them a message, but I don't know if are you going?" She goes, "Oh no, we're going." I'm like, "Beautiful." And Jenna's going to stay in Florida to finish her degree.
Yep, going to finish her degree. She's getting her MBA, so she's going to finish that out this year.
That's awesome. And you'll be in Boston, direct flights, the whole deal. When you go back now, how much work is there?
There'll be a little bit, and then we'll start, once June rolls around is when the work really starts. We'll start our 8-week summer program and do that kind of through June and July into early August. And
it's a job.
It's a job, that's for sure, but it's a love.
Yeah, that's the thing too is, I mean, did you ever, when you go into the gym every day, that's your job, right? Like you've done that your whole life, but you've always had other things around it,
Yeah.
Getting ready for math class, getting ready for your own high school game or whatever. When we get to do it as a job, it's real special.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I tell people there's a lot of 12 to 14-hour days, 6-7 days a week.
Yep.
And I love it.
And that's awesome. And like I've said before, your family gets to enjoy it with you. And the other thing is when it's almost like a brotherhood of a staff, right? Like
it is.
Everybody has a gig and they're doing their thing, and when it all comes together, that's how you get to the NCAAs and whatever.
Yeah, I mean, there's the head coach, and then obviously you kind of have almost an offensive and defensive coordinator that are your top assistants, and then you kind of just keep trickling down to another offensive guy, another defensive guy, and
dealing with the issues of 20-year-old kids all the time.
Yeah.
That's a little bit different, right? We go to class, we doing this, we doing that. Are we where we're supposed to be?
Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of that.
That's all right. I mean, that comes with a gig, but that's awesome. Dude, I cannot tell you, literally to watch it is something, but to almost feel like you're experiencing it with it is awesome, is even better. I cannot thank you enough. I told Justin today, I said, when he came in, I said, remember when I said we're going to go to Florida? He goes, yeah. I go, we couldn't go. I go, we're going to Providence. We're going to go to Providence with the crew.
Oh, come on up.
I'm going to check them out. I cannot wait. Dude, I am so happy. I'm stoked for you. I'm stoked for your family. You guys are going to do great. And I think it's awesome. I think it's literally awesome that you're doing this in retirement. You're not retired, but you're retired.
Yeah, it's true.
That's awesome.
It's the best retirement gig there is, for sure.
We'll take this setup, we'll put it at the thing, we'll get Haji, we'll get everybody around the table, we'll talk Jamestown hoops back in the day, we'll talk ninth grade, we'll get it all going. Yep. I appreciate you. Thank you very much, my man, for coming in.
For sure, brother, for sure.
I appreciate you. Good luck to you. We'll be in touch.
Thank you.
All right, baby. Thank you for letting us sit in for Sebby Gibbs. We will, he'll be back here next week, but he's got the con next week. We're out.
Looking for something special? Something you won't find anywhere else? Dot's Gift Boutique is downtown Jamestown's destination for ready-to-go gifts, gorgeous home and garden decor, and all those perfect little finds you didn't know you needed. Just steps away from all your favorite spots, make Dot's on 3rd Street your next stop downtown. Dot's Gift Boutique. You'll find just what you're looking for.
Life moves fast, but the moments that matter slow us down. School runs, weekend games, road trips you'll never forget. It's all about getting there safely, comfortably, and together. At Schultz Chevy, we're here to help you find a vehicle that fits your family with space, reliability, and peace of mind you can count on. At Schultz Chevy, built on trust, driven by family.
From our lot to your driveway, we reach. It's Schultz Chevy, where every deal feels like a win.
At Phone Zone, we've got you covered from head to toe, literally. From the latest sneakers to the hottest phones, we carry the county's largest cell phone inventory and the freshest styles, all at prices that can't be beaten. We're friendly, we know our stuff, and we're here to make your experience as easy as possible. Locally owned and operated since 2011, we're not just a store, we're your neighbors. Phone Zone, your one-stop shop for all things mobile.
Fresh produce, handmade goods, and neighbors gathering week after week. The Lakewood Farmers Market brings the village together in every season. Lakewood, where good times live.